Today was the 2nd of January 2024. Um, I woke up and I had my breakfast. I had porridge with Nutella. Very bad news as well. I checked the back of the fucking Nutella. Turns out it's got soy in it. I was like, fuck! Another thing that has soy. But then I looked into it. I was like, okay, does soy? I mean, I wanted to see some research, and apparently it's not as bad as some people are saying. And you have to consume excessive amounts of soy to impact your testosterone levels. So, I don't know, it's such a grey line. There's so much information out there on the internet. When you're trying to find an answer to something, there'll be so much information for and against what you're trying to find. It's quite frustrating. It's literally information overload, too much information. And it's like, what do you believe? You can't just believe what you want to believe. I guess you have to do the research yourself nowadays. Isn't that annoying? We made this internet thing. For a while it was probably the best thing ever. And now, since anybody can post on it, you know, you can find a source saying that yes, it does turn you into a little fucking like a little puff. And the source is saying, no, you can have as much soy as you like and you'll be absolutely fine. You can still be Arnold Schwarzenegger with a little soy latte in the morning, you know. But, I don't know. I think I'll just watch my consumption of it. Somebody said they did an experiment on mice and gave them a certain amount of soy per body weight. And it was a huge amount before they started showing like drops in testosterone. Huge amounts. And apparently it's the equivalent to us having like 56 cups of soy milk. I don't even drink soy milk, but when I see soy contained in foods that I eat, it worries me. But if that research is true, then I'm nowhere near the amount to worry about. But what if the research isn't true, eh? That's a big problem. I notice randomly when I eat apples, the YouTube generator thinks it's a good thumbnail. There's 2 videos now, I think it's because of red. The YouTube likes it and they just pick it up. So maybe that'll be the thumbnail today. Unless I decide to choose it custom, which I probably won't. But yeah, I had my breakfast. And as soon as I turned my computer on, I had one of my friends asking me to play Lethal Company. I just bought Lethal Company. I've never played it before today. And you know, it was quite fun. I see what the hype's about. I had some funny moments. But it was hard to enjoy because the entire time I was playing it, I had this overwhelming guilt. Like, why the fuck are you gaming? So after like 2 games, I said I've got to go. Bye. And then tried to get some work done. As I said, I bought the Real World course recently, and I said the other day that I was a little bit disappointed from first glances, but I think it's designed so it's very similar to Discord. I'm pretty sure it was a Discord once, but like, Discord removed it. But you know what? I'm gonna just so it's very similar to Discord, but it's on a website, and obviously there's all the channels and there's the roles, and if you continue, so you select your skills that you'd like to learn, and then once you select the skills, it will add you into like a server. It looks like a server on Discord, and then once you do those lessons in that server and level up in that skill, you'll have access to more channels. So with that knowledge, I've got some more hope now for that whole thing. If I just watch all the videos, I'll have access to more. I mean, I know it's very lazy, but I was quite I love this fucking Minecraft song. It's one of my favourites. But I was quite disappointed when I joined the crypto one. See, there wasn't any like copy trading or Tailcoat investing, anything like that. I know that's extremely lazy, but at the same time, if you're around people that are quote-unquote successful traders more than half the time, then instead of learning how to fucking do all this bullshit like graph analysis, why not just copy them and give them a fee? No, it's just, to me, it just makes so much more sense, but people say it's lazy. Somebody said to me once when I was working in like a more manual job, construction, So what my boss said to me, you know, you just want to work for the least amount of time and earn the most amount of money. And in my head, I was like, is that meant to be an insult? Or, like, if you want to work for the most amount of time. Wait, hang on. I'm not sure if I said that right. He said I want to work for not that long for a lot of money. And I was like, absolutely. If you want to work for a very long time for not that much money, there's something wrong with you. Unless you really enjoy what you're doing and you wouldn't want to do anything else. Which is quite rare. And, yeah, I mean, I remember when he said that to me, I was like, this guy's fucking brainwashed. Like, I mean, a lot of these construction guys take so much pride in working hard that that's all they have. So they'll literally destroy their bodies, and they'll be able to go home to their. I was gonna like insult like their wives because they're usually not that attractive, but I'm not gonna be mean. But they'll go home to their wife, and they'll be like, "Yeah, babe, I worked well hard today. Yeah, so hard." They might have even had equipment that would have been way easier to use, but no, I work hard. I don't use that shit. It's just stupid on so many levels. Um, This is the kind of people the construction guys are, generally. Making a gross generalization there. Kill me. But, yeah, so I just wish there was copy trades on the server, but I'm watching through the videos and I've kind of, I mean, I made up my mind last year about crypto trading. I was like, you know what? Nobody can tell the future. This is all bullshit. Um, and I still have that in my head, and I don't know. You know, maybe I just want to believe, and that's silly. Maybe I should just get out now and just stop fucking going down that route. Instead, what I'm more confident in is like the e-commerce side of things. Reason being is, I mean, obviously I know there's so many e-commerce gurus and you hear it all the time. But the reason why I'm interested in this now is because I mean, many years ago I tried it out. Didn't work. I mean, I didn't really try hard enough. I was a bit of an idiot. And I always thought I'm on Instagram all day. I see these ads. I just fucking scroll past them. I'm not interested in these ads. And that was just for me at the time. And then I noticed something. Over time, my ads got really well targeted, and I began like actually wanting what I was being shown. And on my first occasion, I actually bought something from an Instagram ad. And I remember feeling quite like I was like, fuck, I know I've just been manipulated, but I really want. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt right now. It's a really funny t-shirt, and I was like, that's funny. I clicked on the website. I was like, if this is less than 20 quid, I'm getting it. And boom, it was less than 20 quid. So here I am wearing this fucking t-shirt. Actually went a little bit over 20 quid after you factor in the postage. But you know, I don't regret my purchase. I'm wearing it. I like it a lot. Here I am. Um, and then also my ex-girlfriend as well had so much crap in her room that she just saw off of Instagram and decided to buy it. So I know that it works, and I know that there's very impulsive people that will just buy if they like something in a split decision. Um, so I suppose that's the route I'll be going down. Um, I mean, no, not necessarily the route I'll be going down, but I will have a closer look at it. Of course, I don't want to just carry on changing my strategy every time something gets hard, because I'll get nowhere. But I have been having an increasingly difficult time with property, as not much money, not too many connections, and you know, I think property is definitely an end goal, and it's much easier with a lot of money. But as I said, not much money, it's quite difficult. But first, I'm thinking before all this, man, I need to sort myself out. I mean, I've had an entrepreneurial spirit ever since I was like 14. So, but my problem is focus. So maybe I need to sort that out first before anything, because I've gone round this fucking cycle many times, where I've gone, oh, maybe this will be good for me, maybe this will be good for me, maybe this is a good opportunity, and I've made some money in like eBay sales and some crypto stuff, but crypto trading I wouldn't really say is entrepreneurial. Um, you know, I've made some money over the time, but not enough nowhere near enough for my ambition. And I've made zero money from property, if you don't regard my job in property, which doesn't really count because it's employment. And and you know, I need to just fix my brain and start focusing. So today I did start browsing on where to buy modafinil, um, and it's very scary. If I'm buying it online, it could be dirty and laced with something. But at the same time, I'm actually willing to take that risk because my whole life I've tried to focus on things in school and in my sports, and I've fucking fallen short almost every time. And you know, if I can change that, I feel like if there's drugs to change that, I'm fucking taking them. You know, seriously. So there's modafinil. I've been reading up on it, or more like listening up on it, from Andrew Huberman. My friend told me about it and said, yeah, listen to some stuff on modafinil. It can really help. From what I hear, it basically just fires off loads more dopamine in your head when you're doing something that you wouldn't really want to be rather be doing. So it makes it feel more interesting. So you keep going, um, and don't try to find other sources of dopamine. It sounds fantastic. My only worry is if because I probably won't be able to be prescribed it. Um, so I'll have to just fucking buy it online, which isn't ideal, but I'm really willing to take that risk at this point. I've been looking through some forums on people in the UK and how they buy it. Found a website, and I'm going to pay with crypto because it's cheaper. So I'll do that tomorrow. Look at me procrastinating, not for long, with this new drug. But basically, I'm just figuring out how I'm gonna do these chests now. Um, yeah. So after the breakfast, I tried to do a little bit of work. Didn't get too far, to be honest. So I'm gonna just fucking buy these fucking drugs and get drugged up on amphetamines. I don't think modafinil was an amphetamine, but get drugged up on some stimulants and move forward quickly. Um, because that's where we're at now. Fuck's sake. But yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to journal along with these videos and talk about my modafinil journey and maybe other drugs that I experiment with. I already mentioned that I have tried um, lion's mane. I did mention this before, and at the time of taking it twice a day, I didn't feel like there was a big difference. But after taking it, or maybe that is correlating with the Christmas spirit and that, oh, people be lazy around Christmas. But after not taking it, my productivity I would definitely say has gone down. That may have been just Christmassy stuff. No one's doing any work, so maybe I didn't feel driven. Um, or maybe I'm being a bitch and I need to just keep taking it. So I've still got more tablets. I'll start taking it again, see how it is. Um, but yeah, I feel like this kind of thing needs a lot of research. It can't just be just done for fun because it can be very dangerous if you don't do it properly. Anyway, about enough about that. After that, I had my lunch. Anybody who knows me in person, hopefully I'm watching these videos, knows that I love bolognese. It's literally been given to me ever since I was, like, ever since I had teeth, basically. And it's probably my favourite food ever. Listen, it's got the fucking meat. My parents used to make it with these other vegetables that Italians traditionally wouldn't put in there, but it's literally flawless. It tastes fantastic to me every day, and it's very well balanced. The pasta for the carbs, the meat for the proteins. Sometimes I go turkey mince, and because it's lower in fat. But fat's not always a bad thing, and you know I just love it. I feel good after it, and it works for me. So try out bolognese with some extra vegetables if you want. Had that and then went to training. Luckily, the training timetable for the gym that I go to is back to normal now after the New Year's, which is just a relief because I was getting tired of the Christmas spirit. It was pissing me off. Hopefully, I don't have to listen to any Christmas music for another 11 months. That'd be nice. And yeah, that's and at training, the trains there were a little bit fucked, so that wasn't fun to navigate. It was very windy today. You know, there's countries in the world where it snows like fucking 5, 10 inches of snow, and they're like, who cares? Get the fucking shovels out. Let's go to school. Let's go to work. Here, wind. Cool everything off, guys. We can't operate the trains with wind because there's twigs on the tracks. Run the twigs over. Unbelievable. The trains are almost completely shut down today. Some certain lines were shut down, and everything was much slower. At one point, the guy on the megaphone said that there is a obstruction in the railway, and that usually means, oh my god, someone's jumped in there. So looks like somebody failed their New Year's resolution on the second day of the year and said fuck this and jumped in the tracks, or it was a branch or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's fucking London's crazy, man. Um, I yeah, the trains. I mean, I rant about the trains a lot, and I'll spare you the rant now. But fuck it, I hate the fucking trains. So training was good, and ended up doing so it was like a 2 hour long session. The jiu-jitsu was sort of like an arm drag from open guard when they're trying to come down to pass, arm drag to the back take from different kind of areas, and yeah, it was alright. Paired up with some guy who was pretty experienced. That's always nicer when you're paired up with an experienced guy. Then we stopped to do some specific rounds. I felt like most people didn't understand because obviously it's an open class. A lot of people didn't understand what specific sparring means, so there was a lot of interesting rounds where you're like, are these guys going to stop or are they going to keep going? For some of you guys, you probably can't really relate to that, but for those of the jiu-jitsu practitioners out there, you know. But yeah, had a nice time training and seeing the training group again as always. And rolling was okay. I made some decisions where I was like, that was really stupid. Why the fuck did I do that? But I feel like that's kind of normal. At least I know when I'm doing something wrong. Do we have any sugarcane? It's gonna be such a pain in the ass if we don't have sugarcane. Fuck's sake. But yeah, basically, training was good. We did the specific rounds and we did more of drilling, and then we went into the full rounds, and the rounds were really good, really competitive with some of the guys. Overall, good training. But to be honest, if I could sense the future, I wouldn't have gone today because the trains just made it not work. Like I was spent so long on the trains, it was ridiculous. One of the guys that I drilled with ended up getting stuck with him on the trains, and that was not fun at all. So basically, it was the same problem I had a while ago, where I was talking about the train board just being completely wrong. It was saying that, you know, this train it will be arriving at this time, but that time was 45 minutes ago, and it's still on the board. It just didn't add up. It was just fucking shit, and just really annoying. Basically, is what I'm saying. And yeah, so I ended up getting home in about an hour and a half. Usually takes me around an hour. This time it took me an hour and a half. And when I got home, I sort of just, I ride my bike to the station. Another fucking sea monument. That's 3. But basically, rode my bike home and fucking had something to eat, had some Gillian, some leftover Christmas shit, and sat on my PC for a bit, watching some of the real world content, and yeah, not much to it really. I will admit, again, the whole day I've really been thinking about this fucking girl. Um, I really wish I wasn't like this, but honestly, I can't help my little caveman Romeo brain. It's honestly like it's such a burden. Because I realised I had this one girl that I had a mini crush on, nowhere near the feelings that I have for this girl at the moment. I just thought, oh, this girl's pretty. Maybe I'll send her a text when she breaks up with her boyfriend. I thought that years ago about this girl in my class back in school a long time ago, and I just saw on Instagram she's still with that guy, and I was like, oh shit. I mean, obviously I'm happy for them, obviously, but I'm I just assume that nobody our age stays in relationships anymore, which for the most part is true. But the only way that I was making myself like feel okay about the situation is, oh, they'll break up and I'll DM her later. But what if they don't? And then on one hand, obviously I don't wish that on her because I'm sure she's happy and I want her to be happy for a long relationship. But at the same time, you know, at the same time, I'll be lying if I said I didn't want them to break up and her to try it with me. Of course. But that definitely would be painful for her, and me wishing that indirectly is basically wishing for her to have some sort of pain. And yeah, that I was like, fuck, they might not actually break up, and I'm fucked. And I've been thinking about that a lot today, and it's always on my mind. And I really wish it wasn't. I really wish I wasn't such a fucking lover boy, but I am. I don't really know what to do with that. I mean, I might just, because all of like our little group, my sister, her, and my sister's boyfriend are thinking about leaving. And if we do leave, I might just pull her aside and just say literally just be straight up with her. But say, listen, I got a ginormous crush on you. I won't say I'm in love with you because that'll probably fucking freak her out. But I say I've got a ginormous crush on you. I hope everything goes well with you and your partner. But if something comes up and you're no longer together, slide me a DM. Because if my feelings remain consistent, I will have zero interest in contacting any other girls ever. Um, if my feelings remain consistent. And I mean, I know it hasn't been that long, but at the moment they have felt consistently very strong. Annoyingly, I kind of wish I didn't have these feelings for somebody who's taken, but I can't help it. Yeah, so that's that really. Not too much else to comment on. A few things I forgot to mention. Just a detail that I forgot to mention yesterday, not overly important, but now I've started talking about it, I'll just finish it. The drive to work was so fucking like dramatically rainy and windy. Same with Boxing Day actually. The car I drive almost fucking broke, so I had to drive through shitloads of water. It got quite scary. So the weather has been pretty bad the last few days here. We've got some sort of storm which for some reason shut all the trains down, which was really fucking annoying. Today's episode will be called Sticks and Stones because of a few sticks and stones shut down the entire fucking railway network. But yeah, I mean, I just thought I like to include those little details when I'm watching this back in a long time. I can sort of relive the day easier. But yeah, that's it.